In the last session, we have completed all the conditional statements like if else, nested if else, switch, and if else if statements. In this session, we are going to start with looping statements in Java. Looping statements in Java as for loop statement, nested for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Let's see what is for loop statement in Java. For loop statements are whenever we know the starting point and end point, then we should go for loop statement. So consider if they're giving you the starting point as well as an end point. Okay. So where you want to start and where you want to end. If they give you certain kinds of questions, then we need to go for loop statement in Java. How to write for loop is for initialization, condition, increment or decrement operator, and then we will be writing the code. The one of the main interview question would be asking from for loop statements are how for loop is going to work. Okay, so let's see. So initialization in the sense for int I is equal to 0. This is we call it as a initialization. Condition in the sense, so this is we call it as a starting point. I should be less than or equal to 10 means 0 is less than or equal to 10. Yes. If the condition is true, here condition is true, then it's going for the code and going to execute the code. And then your code is going to get incremented to 1. Now I would be 1. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Again condition go here, it will execute the code. So how the process of for loop is working is first initialization, second condition. If the condition is true, then it entered the code. It's going to print the output. After that, it's going to increment it. So this is how your for loop is going to work. So first initialization, second condition, third it's going to initialize the code. If the condition is true, then only it's going to do increment or decrement operator. Okay, so this was your first interview question you can expect in your for loop statement. So many of the students will answer 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first initialization, second condition, increment and decrement operator, and code is going to execute. So this is how the many of the students would be explaining for an for loop statement. Okay. So that's a wrong answer, guys. You have to explain how the for loop is going to work as first initialization, second condition, third if the condition is true, then the code is going to execute. Then only it go for an increment or decrement operator. Okay, so for loop statement I have to use whenever we know the starting point as well as an ending point. Okay, and this is how your for loops are going to work. So let's see an example on this. For first we have to give initialization. So let's consider in I is equal to 0. Then we have to give condition I should be less than or equal to 5. And then here you can use either increment or decrement operator. So I'm going to use post increment operator. Then I'm going to say system dot out dot println I. Okay, so first int I is equal to 0. Second, it's going to check 0 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. If the condition is true here, then it's going to enter into the output system.out.println I means I carry 0 first. And then it's going to increment. What is the latest I value? 0, right? Now it would be incremented to 1. So now again it's going to check 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, 1 is less than or equal to 5. Then it's going to print 1. Again it's going to increment. Then it's going to be 2. 2 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. It's going to print 2. Again your increment operator is going to increment to 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. Going to print 3. Then your increment operator going to increment 4. 4 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, condition is true. Again 5, 5 is less than or equal to 5? Yes. When it became 6, 6 is less than or equal to 5? No, here condition fails, so it will come out of the loop. So this is how your for loops are going to work. Whenever you know the starting point as well as an ending point, then we can go for your for loop statement in Java. So let's write a simple program. So let's print the value for multiplication table of 2 from 1 to 20. Okay, so we have to print 2 into 1 is equal to 2. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So like this we need to print up to 20. So let's write the program for that. So here I have given you the starting point as well as an ending point, right? Telling you that you need to print your table of 2 from 1 to 20. So this is your starting point and this is your ending point. So I should be 1, then it should be less than or equal to 20. So let's go and write the program for this. So let's take multiplication table. So let's take int a is equal to 2. Okay, so let's take an for loop for int I should be start with 1 and it should end with 20 and I should be increment. So our output should print it in the format of 2 into 1 is equal to 2, right? So let's write it in the format of system dot out dot println. So let me see a plus, so I'm going to use concatenation operator and then into some space 2 into plus, so a would be 2, right? 2 into, then let me say I plus equal to plus, so let me say a into I. So your output is going to be, what is the a value? First a value is going to be 2. Then I have given star symbol. I have given some space after 2, then star. And then what is I value? First I value is going to be 1. 1 is less than or equal to 20. Here condition satisfies. It goes here. A into the I value is going to be 1. 2 into 1 equal to, what is the a value here? A value is 2 into 1. It's going to be 2. So this is how it's going to print until 20. Okay, let's see what is the output. So let's open our compiler. So let me see Java C. So the class name is mul table.java. No error, perfect. Java mul table. See, it's printing perfect, right? From a into 1 is equal to 2, a into, so it's printing a, right? See, we want 2 into 1. So we should not give double quotes here. We just give a. So let me save this program. Now again, let me open the compiler. Perfect, Java. Now it's printing 2 into 1 is equal to 2. So after 2 we need some space, right? For that what we can do, here before star you can give one tab. So save this. Let me see again. So perfect, right? 2 into 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? Perfect. So whenever you know the starting point as well as an ending point, then we can go for a for loop statement in Java. So let's write on another example also. So let's take even number. So let's take an if so we have to print even number from 1 to 50. So let's take for loop for int I is equal to 0. I should be less than or equal to 50. I plus plus. Here you can use any increment operator, post increment or pre increment. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use if condition inside this. If I modulus of 2 is equal to 0. So inside a for loop, I'm going to use if. Okay, so first see if I is equal to 0, 0 is less than or equal to 50, condition satisfies. So 0 modulus of 2, if it is equal to 0, then we can say system dot out dot println even number is plus I. So inside a for loop, what I have did, I have written the if condition. First I is equal to 0, 0 is less than or equal to 50, 0 modulus of 2 is equal to 0 means then it's going to give even number is 0, right? So how we will be calculating the even number? For example, we want to check whether 4 is an even number means we have to check 4 modulus of 2 is equal to 0. When I divided, yes, 2, so 2 2s are 4, your remainder will be 0, right? So in that case, 2 is an even number. So let's see whether it's right or what. Let me save as even number.java. So let me see Java C even number.java. No error, perfect. Java even number. Perfect. See here it's printing up to 50, right? So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 24, 26 is all everything is here even number. Okay. So you can print even number as well as if you want to print odd number, then you can say else if I modulus of 2 is equal to 1. So I'm using else if condition here. Then we can say system dot out dot println. You can use if else also if you want, but I'm using here if else if or number plus I. Okay, I'm just going to leave empty else. Okay, I'm not going to print anything inside the else statement. Let's see how it's going to work. Save. No error. Java even number. See, even number, odd number, both are printing here from 1 to 50. Okay. So if you want else, you can write it, but it's not. If you remove else also, it will work, guys. See, I told you, right? Even number and odd number.